Right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to A Monster's Insight, which is supposedly some kind of eldritch horror visual novel type game. So I'll be doing a lot of speaking and narration. If you guys don't like that, leave. I'm sorry, but I will be out with a video that has more gameplay soon. What? Oh God. Sorry. You guys can't hear it right now because I've muted the audio on my computer. So that you guys aren't bolted with it immediately after opening the video. But there is a lot of whispering and loud, I think these are cries for help going on, and I can't turn down the audio, which is hurting my ears like hell. I'm just gonna take an earbud out real quick. But anyhow, if you guys enjoy this episode and like to see more, sorry about that. This is creepy as fuck. You guys will hear what I'm hearing in a second. If you guys enjoyed this episode and like to see more, please like, subscribe, comment below. And as always, roll intro. What sort of misshapen madness have we made? Look at this wretched thing. Have you no shame? What damaged laugh it bellows, what filthy tears it cries. It smiles with that disfigured silver tongue. That's weird, the audio stopped. Okay, well, turning it back up. It smiles. Get out. We know you're here. Hey, don't speak to me like that. We speak of you. Yeah, don't. You, one with a silver tongue. Do I? Corroded skin. Do I? Broken horn. No, these are my ears, buddy. Cat, remember? Anyhow, listening to our thoughts, I see. Oh, I'm psychic now. With that weak power of insight. Is that a game tutorial? Ha ha! Get out! You have no place here, you wretch! Well, that's awfully rude of you. You worthless piece of bile! That's still rude of you. Seize the one with the silver tongue and dispose of it! Us con... What? Us con... Conspicio have no use for the weak and malformed! You hear us, silver-tongued? In your dying moments learn this. You are a plague on this planet, a disgrace to our kind. You are nothing. I suppose the Conspicio Master was right regarding something. I may be born and am worth nothing, but that's something I want to change. No more will I be looked down upon as a wretch, as a failure. I will thrive in this realm and claim it as my own. And I'll do so with the only thing I have, my words, and the power of insight. Roll an insight check? Is this D&D here? Hello. Oh, here we go. This. Alright, let's just jump right in. Now you will choose a mode to play in. Adjustments here are not permanent. Changes can be made to the preference menu later on. If you want to access more accessibility features, i.e. dyslexic font, self-voicing, press the X key on your keyboard. Select a template mode. Okay, this is all tutorial stuff. Okay. I'm just gonna go default mode, silver tongue. Enables insight timer during puzzle sections. Sure. Default mode. You selected the default mode. In this mode, you won't be able to see interlocutor states, but you'll get test labels. Do you want to play in default mode? Sure. Excellent. Let's begin. Chapter 1. A Call from the Land of the Lost. Okay, is this a full-on... I'm not gonna lie, I thought this was a shorter game, but maybe it's not. For a moment, you don't remember where you are, or how you got here. Okay, right off the bat, hold on. Disregard the text for a second. The fuck? Okay, there are eyes all over the fucking place already. I hate it. Is that a claw? Looks like a claw. And this might be bone. You feel lost, unsure of where you're going, and almost unsure of who you are. You'd like to think that you're past your weaknesses, your defects, your insecurities. In the days of confusion, sometimes being lost can make one's soul feel as if it lost itself. Then you see it. A moment of clarity washes over you, and you found yourself in the chasm. New keyword, chasm. Across the endless Melduvian River, I'm gonna say, a gargantuan beast can be seen engaged in a battle. His opponent appears to be a hooked-back Shargoth. That's from Lovecraft, isn't it? The more hooked the back embraces, the stronger they come, as they say. As for the beast, he had no discernible features other than a spewing toxic pink substance when it roared. Fairly standard large ears, a trunk face, lilac claws, and a fur made of plasma. I can guess it's a beast of the burning star. I know this from reading on the subject of monsters. In a matter of moments, the winner was decided. For the mission, the Shargoth carries the plasma on the second hook back and flies away, leaving the meat of the beast behind. I wonder if it's safe to eat. Just as I take my first steps into the door, I hear a shriek across the room. Silver Tongue, you have kept me waiting long enough. Greetings, Kishi. I've been waiting for hours. How was your day? Don't use your semantics on me. Oh, thank you, Kishi. My day has been spectacular. I had to withstand walking to and fro, watching hat fights and pick up after the leftovers, because that's going to be our only source of nourishment. I could help, if you let me out. Not a chance. This is Kishi, a parasite that once attached itself to me. Since I have insight, it was fairly easy to find it, and dispose of it from my mind. But then Kishi started panicking and begged for its life. It promised it won't reattach itself to me unless I find it food and let it live here. I said I would agree to those terms. It believed me because I seemed to be charming and agreeable. What is that? Unsure. It looked like the beast of a burning star. But it would ingest this pink liquid. Perhaps they're evolving as a species. Perhaps. I grab my tools and start hammering on the flesh. With no physical strength, I couldn't carry all of the meat back home. Most of these meat sections were covered in plated armor, since the Shoggoth skinned the plasma fur off the beast. Speaking of evolving, let's talk about your siphon career. I have a good source of clients, if that's what you're asking. But you are content with where you are? I already have plans to go bigger. What do you mean? My sights are set on the first milestone, a great terror. What? Don't think I'm capable? I let out a soft laugh and stick out my silver tongue. Well, today I wasn't just getting us food. I found a keyword before I found the delectable beast we're going to eat. It was the chasm. Don't tell me. This is... You're going to siphon off a Fernwa? Who other than the one of the lost? Smiling, I start sizzling the meat on my hearth, whilst beating it with my hammer. The odor smells delicious, like rusted wood and bromine. Bromine? Bromine? It's something like that, guys, I promise. I hear a light spark sound, meaning the fire has melted the last chink in the armor. After letting all the oozing metal collapse and clear off any remaining silicone on the meat, I pull back the hammer and start weaving the meat and carving out the trunks. And now the dish was finally ready. Then I squished Kichi's jaw and let the meat and its juices flow inside for it to be consumed. Wait, so we didn't eat any? Okay. He nibbles on some piece before turning face to me. Alright, if you're going to do this, then you might as well get some help. It's always better to do some prep before you meet with any interlocutor. Hold on, I gotta look up if this word is... Hold on, I gotta look this up. Interlocutors. Person who takes part in a dialogue or conversation. Okay. How do you say it though?
Interlocutor.
Interlocutors. Do you want to do a little bit of a refresher? Reminder is always nice. Alright, let's begin. Look, guys, I'm gonna skip to the end of the tutorial for your guys' sake. This just seems really long and drawn out, so save. Okay, cool. You read the papers. There are headlines of Jackrabbit and the missing mines of Lucenscape. Lucenscape? Good, now you'll have a choice to make. Either you can go digging for some information regarding Fernwa, or you can gain more points to boost your stats. On this evening, you decide to scout for information. As prep for the dialogue, I usually search for information regarding the interlocutor, who in this case will be Fernwa. It's always better to stay one step ahead of your opponent, and that means knowing more about them than they know about you. So right off the bat, our job here is to get them to let me... We're basically trying to make them make deals with the devil. Okay. There isn't much time until the dialogue starts, so I should choose carefully where I go get my information. It's Globin, who's obsessed with studying great terrors. Gnark Kichi. There's a Gnark Kichi knows that runs a bar. I'm guessing here's a bunch of things. Globin, because he's guaranteed to know. Better to trust the experts with this one. Track later. The Melduvian. It's normally a dangerous place where terrors tear apart their prey. Because of the time, there's not much need to be cautious, I think. So reassuring. I meet up with Globin. We've done an exchange like this before, but not enough times where she's supposed to expect me. Under the guise of wanting to study great terrors, she reveals to me a few things of Fernwood. I learned that the chasm is for those who have lost their way. The chasm itself is home to something. Globin doesn't know. Is that meant to be hemoglobin? Anyhow, that reduces you to nothing. Something that reduces you to nothing. Once your soul has been extracted by the chasm, Fernwa uses this to nurture the chasm and let it grow. Any remaining debris looks like fractured glass-like shapes floating astray. Good talk. Your preparation for the dialogue is up. Now, the silver tongue will attempt to win the favor of the interlocutor, Fernwa of the Lost. Almost instantaneously, I feel my body collapse into the floor, and soon after, I was dragged to the center core of this plane. In that moment, I wasn't falling down, but instead, I was lying down. As the seconds passed, my home seemed more of a memory than a stranger. Everything was spinning in motion, yet I felt strangely unfazed. I knew what to expect from the great cosmic terrors. The fall felt never-ending, the impact was going to be severe, but I never really hit the ground. A few minutes passed as you try to recuperate from the fall. Oh, we're back here. Takes me a few seconds before I can fully comprehend what just happened. The humidity is almost suffocating, and if you look long enough, the glass shards and walls look back at you. Yeah, I can literally see the fucking eyes right there. That creeps me out. Rigid and moist, yet my body feels weak and light. Almost as if I don't exist. Oh god, what is that? I see Fernwa itself form around me. It wasn't like a figure coming closer from the distance. It's more as if they were already here, waiting for me, and chose to reveal themselves now. Oh, I hate that! Their figure staggers above mine, yet their ethereal form and lifeless eyeballs make them seem less threatening. No! No, you can't do that to me, not the eyeballs! Greetings. I gotta come up with words for this man. Greetings, silver-tongued. I was told that you have come into my chasm. My greetings. At this phase of the dialogue, this is where you make your first impression, where you dictate the tone of the conversation. Who told you I was coming? I suppose, it must have been myself. Yourself? It couldn't have been you, or it couldn't have been you, or anyone else. Is that a question? Do you want an answer? They just keep giving me questions, almost as if they're retaliating. I could push forward or take a step back. Anyways, I wanted to ask, what brought you here? Not that I could ask questions first. I'm sorry. Do you know who I am? Do you know who you even are? They pause. I'd rather hear it from you yourself rather than me making assumptions. This needless back and forth is superfluous at best, and time-wasting at worst. Managed to sneak a question in there. Is this good? You shouldn't make a statement. Oh, he does not look happy. You shouldn't make a statement like that. What is this thing? Why are you saying something like that? I wouldn't make you say something like that. Since when did they make me? Fernwa is delusional about something, but I can't figure out what. Based on the general ambivalence and disinterest in me, it doesn't look like charisma is going to help a lot. You know, I've been thinking of a lot of things. Yes, I've been thinking a lot about what there is and what there isn't. Define what there is and what there isn't. The eyes are back, I hate it! What I mean to say is that in this moment, oh dear, my epistemological status is being questioned, as well as my metaphysical one. What a load of nonsense was that? I'm with you on this one, Silvertongue. I need to be on the same wavelengths as them so I can get through. Questioning can be good. Haha, you wouldn't get it. You don't know who I am. So you can't make assumptions about what I will or will not get. I suppose that is true. But sometimes I doubt you're even here. Sometimes I think conversations are useless. Sometimes I think they're concrete and undeniable. I may not be their therapist, but them opening up can only mean good things for me. But this is all irrelevant talk. I don't think it's appropriate for me to discuss these things with you. What I need is an answer relating to why you're here. Well, I told you that. Not how you got here, or what you wanted to speak with me about. As in, why are you here? I'm sorry. Only those who have fallen astray land in the chasm. I know that you tried to enter against the wishes of this place, which seems incredibly bizarre, because I haven't seen such an entry in a while. You're either here because you deserve to be, or you have breached an access point, which should be illegal. I need to think fast and know what they're talking about. People come into the chasm if they're lost, so that means I was probably called here because I was lost too. Think. That's my stats. Don't need to worry about that for right now. Okay, lost. And so this is where I've been journaling and storing all the keywords. Oh god, I don't see a picture. Okay, what about this? That's a history. I've lost any reason to care, because I won't be able to truly understand anything. Ah, so you're lost too. Test perception and success. Okay. Just like the rest of us. In fact, I think this could be quite a good sign. No one has lasted as long as you. I thought you would be gone by now. How quaint. Oh. This means that they have body language to show me. A sincerity in their smile. They've been craving company for some time. Aww. They make several soft giggling noises. Oh, no. They're like child mind. I feel kind of bad now. It's a bit eerie and unsettling. Well, I mean, look at it. But in your last, final moments, I will tell you this, that everything you will say will be irrelevant. You will disassemble and lose yourself to the chasm like everyone else, no matter how hard you try. Little silver-tongued, you will be in the place where you're meant to be. I was told that I was meant to die far too many times to take this seriously. Even though this discussion has cost me the center, I need to refocus back to Fernwa. I can either let myself continue to be the center and, through this, reveal what Fernwa has to offer, or completely shift the focus of the conversation away from me. And where is that? Fernwa begins to turn inward. Within the chasm. Forever. And why do you believe that? It doesn't matter what I believe. It is only the way things are. Your idea on the way things are is not infallible. If you're a figment of my imagination, I couldn't possibly understand why you'd contradict me. I'm sorry? What? Something that cannot exist in a figment of their imagination. Something in their mind? Are you kidding me? How on earth am I supposed to win Fernwa's favor if they think I'm fake? That I don't exist? You can try to convince Fernwa you exist, but you'll need a strong case and you'll need them to trust you. Or you can break down their walls, find a weakness. But you'll need a strong conviction. So how come I'm talking to you? Why, it's simple. There's either two possibilities. Fernwa's eyes are shaded. They're telling the truth. One, my monad is being supplied with nutrients inside a machine meant to simulate reality. Which includes you being a part of the reality. Oh my god, the guy thinks he's in the fucking Matrix. No way this fucker thinks he's in the goddamn Matrix. Oh, that is something else. Okay. But I'm nothing more than... Wait. But I'm nothing more than nuts and bolts meant to resemble a person. Fenwa nods their head. Or two. There is some malevolent demon who attempts to deceive me in believing in a non-existent world. He conjures up locations, people, and such with his incomprehensible powers, solely for deceit. Wow, talk about being self-centered. Or being a calypsist, I think. It must take an awful lot of brain power to be this self-deluded. So I'm either working for the devil, or I'm an artificial simulation. I wish I could say, oh, I didn't mean to insult you. Of course I don't think that. But I honestly don't care. Interesting. Guess I have to find some way to convince them to care about the siphon. Or maybe I could use this to my advantage. But first, if this is the place I'm meant to be in, then I should get to know it. Fenwa, can I ask you as to how the chasm works? It isn't complicated. You already know that lost souls come to this place. Often when they doubt their reality, doubt their purpose, or doubt even existing. That's when I take over. The chasm does the work itself of converting the lost souls into energy. And it lets the chasm continue to thrive off of the nutrients of lost souls. So, if nobody were lost, would the chasm cease to exist? Foolish Bile. Nobody is free from me, or free from the chasm. Everyone will come here, because there isn't a single being that's sure of themselves. Well, I'd like to think I'm holding myself pretty well together. You'd be surprised into how weak and fallible you are, once staring into the gaping maw. And the maw is the opening pores where the chasm breathes and consumes. This place is starting to sound more like an actual person versus a static location. But if you aren't here, then what would happen? People would still come to the chasm. They would just have to find the way themselves. Almost everyone goes through me first before I see them here. Except for you. I didn't anticipate that you would be here, which is quite strange. But you'd be taken care of in a much more interesting way. I don't like the sound of that. Because if you aren't a lost soul and somehow got in, that means the chasm called you. Not me. And why? Why? The lower you go down in the chasm, and the closer into the earth, the more lost you are. There are different layers to this place. First is for those with simple doubts. They may not even disappear, and simply wander back. The second are those who fully acknowledge that they can't know anything. That's a keyword. Do you mean they can't know if anything else exists? No, simply put, so they don't believe they can ever be sure of their own knowledge. Because of the Agrippin dilemma, you get modes of infinity, assumption, and circularity. When people keep asking you to justify your beliefs, or they ask, how do you know this? You have limited responses. The mode of infinity is the useless endeavor to continuously justify yourself. The mode of assumption is you refusing to answer. The mode of circularity is when you repeat what you said and end up back where you started. Oh, I get it now. This is a classical skeptical paradox. That's a keyword, isn't it? Skeptics or lost chasm. And the third, those who undergo a classic existential nihilism. The fourth are for those who are truly invisible. No purpose, no direction. The fifth are for those who think reality itself is a complete farce. And the sixth are for those who doubt they even exist themselves. Oh, I hate it. Not the smile. It didn't just pull out the smile on me. Oh, God. Incredible, no? That sure is something. You seem to be an inquisitive creature. That seems to amuse them. The questioning will now begin. Wait, the questioning will now begin. Use the keywords you have so far to ask Fernwell about them. To do this, simply type in the keyword you want to ask about. Or perhaps you can ask about non-keywords too. Be warned, once you ask a question about a keyword, that's it. You cannot go back to it. Do you have anything left to ask? Let's try Chasm. Chasm has been my home for as long as I can remember, and it is my subject, my source of energy, and my greatest work. I couldn't be more proud. What came first, the chasm or you? I couldn't know. Funma's eyes are glowing, they're deceiving you. We were both born together, intrinsically tied to one another. But what if there was someone before? What? How? What are you saying? You couldn't have possibly known what had come before. You said that you were both born together, but is there any concrete proof of that? How could you have possibly known that it wasn't here before you? Only way you could have known was to have been there before you were born, which presents a contradiction. Are you seriously questioning what I'm saying? Oh, he did not like that. And you have the audacity to question my existence. I'd say we're fair. You're funny, and remind me of someone I once held dear. But they don't matter to me now. Oh, they don't? I'll be the judge of that. Let me take a peek inside. Oh, dear, okay. Oh, I'm on a timer. Listen and hear my plea, 153. Fernwell, listen to me, 42. 15342. 15342. Incorrect answer. Okay. Wait, hold on. Weren't there capital letters? Incorrect answer. Yeah, I know. What? Oh no, I pressed X by accident. Oh dear. How do I undo that? There we go. Okay. E R E. Wait. Lyra. Wait. Leary. Leary. Before I go disappear forever, I was wondering about something. And that is, did you ever have someone you knew very personally? Why would you ask such a thing? Haha, I don't know. It seems like you don't go out much. I don't go out at all. The chasm is my home, and there's nowhere else to be. Fenwa, I'm not asking for hypotheticals here. I don't understand what you're talking about. Fenwa, I don't think you heard my question. I'm asking if you knew anybody, if you were ever close with anyone. If somebody raised you, Fenwa, I'd consider that a close connection. So I'd like you to repeat your answer, truthfully, this time. I don't know what you're doing and why you think I should answer you. Because one of two things is going to happen. You'll disappear, just like Leah did, or you'll be ruined. What? What did you say? Again? Oh, so bells are ringing now. Excellent. I'm talking about Lear. Lear! That's... Silence! The ground shakes and the mist closes in. There's a ringing in your ear and a beating in your head within your skin. Your legs start rattling as they move towards you. You will never say that name again. Understood? I'm going to pretend I didn't hear the garbage that spewed from your mouth. Now's not the time to get emotionally invested in someone you betrayed, now is it? No, no, no. Now is the time to start thinking about what happens next if you don't do as I say. Why? Fenwa's form begins to dissipate across the room, resembling a white ink. He starts to snatch everything and choke the life out of what little flora is on the ground. Why are you doing this? It isn't hard to explain. You see, just like the chasm needs the lost souls to fulfill its needs, I have some things that fulfill mine. Like the chasm, without this, I will surely die. It's a necessity for me. I need to survive. Of course, this is false. If they start suspecting that I just want to ladder climb, word may go around of my tactics. For me, I don't need any of your lost souls. What I need is a part of yours. Take it from someone else. Let me grieve. And this is coming from someone who murdered their parent in the cold midwinter mist. People would think such a thing is shameful. But as much as I don't want to admit it, in another world, I would have done the same. Not in Fernwell and Leah's position, but in mine. But this isn't about me, it's about the mistake Fernwell made. How to usurp the ruler of the chasm. They had to kill them. Leah of the Lost, the rightful guardian of the chasm, is dead thanks to them. No, it has to be you. This is why the chasm called for me after all. It was for Leah. Suddenly their whole demeanor changes. Instead of wrath to foolish ire, Furwa is consumed by a lugubrious blue. It's starting to get interesting. The mist lows to a somber stop, and their forlorn face looks away. Gaping maw in their face cracks across the rest of the body. Did I cut too deep? No, this is what I need to do to convince them. Even though I hardly believed I was here to make Fernwell atone for Leah's death, the more I look at them, the more convincing the story I fabricated becomes. There's this conflict, a duality in their expression. Their body coming to a standstill, yet they comprise of a spinning, empty face. Them believing this to be true, yet a healthy dose of skepticism is there too. And now, you're going to make me your siphon, or I won't be the only one seeking retribution. Fine. Done. It's done. I will let you be my siphon. That was unexpectedly quick, so it actually worked. I don't want to see you ever again. Just take my soul and leave. Please. As much as I'd love to, it doesn't quite work like that. I just need to make a quick imprint to seal the deal. Because otherwise you could go back on your word. I start pacing around the room, picking up glass shards on the chasm floor, and try to screw me over. I'd like to think of you as an honest, decent person, Fernwell. But with your track record, I'm going to have some precautions taken. Now, if you'll let me do the honors. Fenwa doesn't say anything, but their swirling eyes act as a tactic agreement. You're good to go. Using your power of insight to enter the mind of Fenwa, you will leave their mark on your mind, which can say anything you want. A signature? A keyword? Or perhaps it's a word that's meaningful to you. Meaning that I can siphon their mental energy. Successfully won Fenwa Saber. I didn't put in a mark though. Whether or not you won though, life will still go on just the same. But it could determine some future outcomes and scenarios. Now that conversation, all your stats earned during the conversation will be reset to normal. After all, presence indicates how your interlocutor perceives you. Once you're done seeing them, these stats play no role. All stats gained during the conversation with Fernwell will be reset. Don't worry, all points you assigned beforehand will stay. Here we can save your progress by overriding the save in the first file slot. Would you like to save? Yes, your game has been saved. Okay, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you'd like to see more, please like, subscribe, comment below, and wow, this game is intense in a good way. I quite like it. So I will very likely end up revisiting this, but if you guys enjoy this episode and like to see more, let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next episode. And I hope you all have a phantom-free night.